Well, we are 1 week out from the horrific loss of lives at the Astroworld Festival.
More and more civil lawsuits are being filed every day. ABC13's Micah Hatfield heard from victims today who are still shaken up and now seeking damages from many of the entities involved in putting it on.
Eric and Gina, a week ago today, there were thousands of people here at NRG Park excited about Astroworld, ready to have the experiences of the festival. Those 9 people who the memorials are for out here outside of the park were at the festival as well. No idea what awaited them. It's been a week, and the stage that looks like a giant mountain is still in the parking lot here. And at this point, it just is a symbol of loss and trauma.
They sold $350, $400, $450 tickets and decided not to protect even one of their ticket holders. Sadly, a lot of our clients didn't even understand when they bought their ticket, because how could they, that they were actually buying their own death sentence.
9 young people who went to a music festival in the heart of our city a week ago today lost their lives. A 9-year-old still fighting for his. Thousands of others still haunted by what they saw and the experiences they had.
It just got worse and worse.
Deshaun Isaac called the scene in front of the Utopia Mountain stage a war zone. The thoughts that ran through his mind last Friday are so similar to others.
I just remember thinking, like, if I fall, it's over for me.
What sticks with him most are the looks of terror on everyone's faces. At one point, he recalled seeing Donish Beg and Jacob Jurnek, 2 of the people who died. Isaac says he teamed up with the people around him to get out of the crowd.
I remember there was a girl at one point who was holding my hand. I didn't know this girl whatsoever, but she held my hand. I held her hand as long as I could until eventually I lost her in the crowd.
Why is it that Deshaun and others had to try to come up with safety plans for an escape route?
Already, attorney Ben Crump has filed lawsuits on behalf of more than 90 people, with many more to come. Live Nation is one of many defendants named in the lawsuits. He says they did not anticipate the foreseeable problems.
When you think about crowd control, they know how many tickets they sold. You know how big the arena is. You can predict and strategize what to do.
While he wants accountability from those involved, Crump says he also wants to ensure this does not happen a second time.
So if we want the change to make sure people are going to be safe, we got to be talking to the person who is the parent corporation, the industry leader.
At NRG Park, Micah Hatfield, ABC13 Eyewitness News.
The funeral for high school student Brianna Rodriguez is set for tomorrow. She was just 16 years old. And services for Memorial High School freshman John Hilgert will be held next week. Brianna and John are the youngest victims of the tragedy. Trey The Truth was a guest on the Tamron Hall show on ABC13 this afternoon. The hip-hop artist from Houston talked about the tragedy at Astroworld.
A lot of us came together for the support of the families, those who were lost, even the people who were just hurt in general, and for Travis. I mean, right now it's just about uplifting each other. And rather than be like most media publications where they're trying to say this is why it happened or this is why it shouldn't happen, it's just where do we go from here? So, the main thing is to help people.
Trey was scheduled to perform on the second day of the festival before it was canceled, and he says he wants to find ways to help the emotional health of those who went to Astroworld.
Town Hall on the Astroworld Aftermath uncovered some fascinating insights on what happened to the deadly festival goers and where we go from here. We spoke with Congressman Al Green and rapper Bun B, who each urged viewers to await the facts out of respect for those grieving the loss of their loved ones. But he also encouraged accountability. 2 people who were at the festival that night were Bria Bro and Timothy Lee. They said they're still struggling to understand what happened that night, and the event keeps replaying in their minds.
It wasn't until about 20 to 30 seconds into the concert that we began to feel unsafe. We couldn't really breathe. I feel like everyone was starting to lose air.
You can watch the town hall wherever you stream ABC 13. And while you're on ABC13.com and our news app, you can read for yourself those revealing documents that 13 Investigates uncovered that detail just how bad things were at Astroworld. Our team obtained minute-by-minute logs of the chaos unfolding inside Astroworld for hours. In fact, some of it hours before the gates even opened. The documents detail new evidence of just how often security gates were overrun and how many injuries piled up. You can see them for yourself online at our website right now.
A new search began this week in relation to Houston's most notorious serial killings. Texas EquiSearch was focused in on Dean Coral, known as the Candyman's old home in Pasadena. The bodies of 27 victims were uncovered by authorities back in 1973. However, many believe there are more victims. ABC 13's Courtney Carpenter is live in Pasadena with the latest on the search. Courtney?
Well, this house behind me is where Dean Coral used to live. One of the other men convicted in those killings told Tim Miller with EquiSearch that this backyard would be a good spot to search. So that's why they were out here this week. The search is now over. EquiSearch saying they feel confident there are no remains of victims here at this location, but they're not done. There are still other places they'd like to search.
People, particularly in the Heights area and the Pasadena area, for those that are, over 50 years old, this is something you do not forget.
Dean Coral, Elmer Wayne Henley, and David Brooks tortured and murdered boys and young men in the early 70s. 27 bodies were uncovered in 1973. Over the years, many people have suspected there are more victims.
But he did say that he knows that there's more of them out there, and I think we've all thought that over the years.
Tim Miller with Texas EquiSearch says a few months back he decided to write Henley a letter. Henley was convicted and sentenced to life in prison for his role in the killings.
Not anticipating I'd hear back from him, and I did hear back from him. And anyhow, he said that he would do whatever he could do to help us on this.
So that's what led Miller and his team to search Coral's old backyard on Lamar Street in Pasadena. Over the course of a few days, only small bones confirmed to be from an animal were found.
If we didn't come up with anything, I think it's still a win-win for everybody. We know nothing's here. I think the neighborhood can relax.
And as for what's next, Miller says there are a few more areas Henley has suggested they search.
The other thing he said was that he truly believes that Dean had another storage shed at the boat storage where they dug up the 17 bodies over there. He said, I'm sure that he had another one before I got with him.
Miller says he will search on in hopes of helping the families who think their loved ones may have been victims.
I mean, they've never had the opportunity to get in the real grieving and healing process and put their lives back together. And if we can be a small part of letting the family say goodbye.
Courtney Carpenter, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
There are still many questions about that high-speed chase that ended with a deadly shootout in North Houston. ABC 13's Roxy Bustamante joining us now live with some of the questions she tried to get answered from authorities. Roxy?
Well, Gina, you'll remember that this entire area was swarmed with Houston police and also Harris County constables before it turned into a deadly shootout. Now, we have a pretty good idea on who the suspect is, including some information from that photo you just saw there from some of our video, and also from the criminal history that was referenced yesterday. But authorities are still waiting for the medical examiners to confirm the man's identity. Here's what we know so far.
Why he chose to come here and attack law enforcement, we don't know.
On Monday, Harris County Precinct 4 constables found their office under attack when a suspect in a white vehicle shot several times at the station in the Spring area.
I have been told that he had been arrested for kidnapping by our office in 2018, kidnapping and aggravated assault. I don't know the dispositions of those cases. I know that he has an extensive criminal background.
3 days later, a tip led officers to the suspect's location in the medical center, and when a constable tried to initiate a traffic stop, the driver took off, leading police on a dangerous high-speed chase through Houston, including downtown, and ended up in Greenspoint.
I was driving and then, he came from behind, so, I got out the way and she let him do his thing. I don't know what was happening.
I was going to Whataburger when he dipped in front of me.
Witnesses describe near misses as the suspect circled businesses near Greenspoint Mall.
I just wonder what happened to him. What was his problem? Like, why did he want to go shoot up a constable office? I wonder what happened to him. You know, I wonder maybe he probably had problems with something, or maybe somebody had. But he didn't have to do that though. He didn't have to go shoot up some innocent people.
Police say an innocent bystander who was hit by a fragment of a bullet was taken to the hospital out of precaution. Constables still do not know the motive behind the shooting on Monday.
Do not know, but we do know that type of weapon was used here Monday, and that type of weapon was in the vehicle that he discharged.
Roxy Bustamante, ABC13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, we know it seems like everything's getting more expensive and harder to find in stores these days. So up next, we look at another way the supply chain issues are eroding your buying power, and what a Hindu organization saying about allegations of human trafficking that now involves a large temple right here in the Houston area. And on Eyewitness News at 6:30, a mental health expert looks at the psychology inside the Astroworld Festival crowd and the potential tie to the deadly crowd surge. We're asking how an enthusiastic crowd turned deadly a week ago tonight.
Temperatures right now range from the 70s in our coastal counties to the 50s in Montgomery County. Another cold front is pushing through, and some really chilly air is coming down the plains. Our coldest nights so far this winter on the way, or this fall, on the way this weekend.